Hey there, true believers. We're taking a little break from the podcast at the end of season 3, but we're still going to be putting out a few bonus episodes. But in the meantime, we're also going to be unlocking some of our Patreon episodes that you can find at patreon.com/that90sSM show. And we'll just give you a little taste of what you can get if you send a little money our way, which, as always, is helpful to stop us from actively losing money on this podcast. But if not, then just enjoy this podcast and, as always, go about your lives.
Well, hi there, guys, and welcome to another episode of That 90s Patreon feed, which is like That 90s Spider-Man feed, but you pay money for it. What are we talking about this time? We'll see. Well, you already know, but I might as well do some level of pageantry with all this. Anyway, my name is Henry, and alongside me, as always, is Jack.
If we were to summarize your role on this podcast, it would be, I might as well bring some pageantry to this. Because that's kind of every intro and outro that we have ever done.
It's just pageantry city, population 1.
Whatever city I'm in, it's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It's the Gotham City to your Metropolis.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah.
You know? I don't mind being Superman. I guess you're Batman in a sense.
And this podcast is the Batman v Superman of podcasts.
Ugh, don't do that.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about another shitty superhero movie.
Yeah, like, there's so many goddamn shitty superhero movies. But this time, we're talking about X-Men, The Last Stand. And I tell you what, I can't stand this movie.
Nice. I mean, just call it a day.
It's extremely bad. Huh?
You should have done that one first and then built to the other one, because the other one was better.
I enjoyed it this way. Because, like, that way you were kind of like, oh yeah, he's got some puns going. And I was like, nope.
I tell you what, with this edition of the podcast, I'm going to run through some production stuff because there's some interesting production stuff, and then I'm going to do everything in my ability to not talk about this movie. Because there's something supremely depressing about this movie to me.
Oh yeah?
I know that everyone hates it, and everyone refers to it as like the worst because
It is the worst.
But it came at the similar time to Spider-Man 3, I think, when it's following up good movies and there weren't loads of them, and it was kind of like, oh, you botched the build from the other ones, and it maybe got overstated how bad it was, you know, in the same way that like people still talk shit about like Batman and Robin now. And
about like Dark Phoenix and stuff like that.
Well, I mean like with the older stuff, because it's like we've had way more like worse superhero movies since the 90s and since the early 2000s, but there's so many now that we've kind of got this memory loss over it.
Back then, though, the bad superhero movies are like watchable in another way, but most superhero movies now that are bad are just like, please cut out my eyes with this rusty screwdriver.
Yeah, this one isn't like, it doesn't get that much of a passionate response from me, which I think is worse. Like, I'd rather watch something where I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is this movie doing?
Yeah.
Rather than, okay. I think this movie, of anything, is like the most blockbuster shit, you know? Like, it's, the more you think about it, the more you can feel the producers in the room talking about what an X-Men movie should be to maximize profits.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than what should this movie be.
Yeah. We're making a piece of art here, not like just...
It's just so far fucking removed from anything resembling entertainment.
The soulless, dried husk of entertainment.
Yeah.
It's worth talking about, Patreon subscriber.
Yeah, don't go rewatch it.
Do not, by any means. Like, even if
thought there would be something, you know, like something I would have forgotten or something. So I think I only saw this once because I didn't like it the first time.
I saw this once and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, I can't believe I saw this twice in my life.
Yeah. Imagine, like, by the time we die, we were on deathbeds and like, I really wish I watched The Godfather. And then I kind of think to myself, oh wait, I watched X3 twice and I could have watched The Godfather instead, but now I'm dead.
Yeah.
I mean, depressing thought.
I've seen Jaws once.
Jaws is good. Yeah. How many times have you seen, like, I don't know, Star Wars, the good ones?
Oh, well, that's quite a lot, actually, to be fair.
There's not good Star Wars movies.
Huh?
Like, in the balance of things, like, there's not that many good Star Wars movies.
Yeah, but I've seen them a lot.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair.
Anyway, before we start talking about things that aren't X-Men, let's get this shit over with.
It's fine. Oh, one thing I want to say that is positive about this movie.
What?
It's shorter than X2. It's mercifully short.
Mercifully short, but it feels longer than X2.
It's like a
It's
good...
it's like
half an hour shorter than X2.
But it feels half an hour longer.
It feels like 3 goddamn hours.
Yeah.
I felt like I was like growing old watching this bullshit movie. But another also actual positive I have is that I kind of like the fight scene with Bobby and Pyro.
Yeah, I like Beast.
Beast is good. Kelsey
I like-
Grammer is a national treasure.
It's a mix of hilarious and genuinely great adaptation. He looks great. Like,
He's
the
perfect
makeup's great.
casting for...
Great casting.
Yeah.
It's the kind of left field casting that I feel like the MCU would do now, and everyone will be like, man, their casting director's the best. But this
Yeah.
was actually a good choice.
It's an excellent choice.
Speaking of that actually comes into the production stuff because he was one of the great choices made by someone who wasn't Brett Ratner, the person who ended up directing this garbage.
Oh yeah, Brett Ratner directing garbage. Who would have thunk?
The man behind... I remember liking Rush Hour 1 and 2, but I haven't seen it in a while.
Rush Hour 1 and 2 are fine.
And then he did Rush Hour 3, which I haven't seen.
It's not good.
He did Red Dragon, which is like basically a sort of remake of Manhunter, which is the first Hannibal Lecter story.
Yeah, one before Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, and Manhunter is an excellent movie.
Is that Fincher?
No, it's Michael Mann.
Okay, I'm getting confused with Zodiac, which is Fincher.
Yeah, or Mindhunter, which is a
Also
TV
Fincher.
show produced by David Fincher.
Yeah.
Anyway, Red Dragon sucks ass. I hate it. It's the worst.
Oh, God.
He did Tower Heist, which I heard was terrible.
Oh, yeah, it's meant to be bad.
But also in a weird thing, Tower Heist was originally based on an idea from Eddie Murphy titled Trump Heist.
I prefer that movie.
Wait, no, it's actually good because this is 2008. Bear in mind, I don't know, 2008, like before Trump even like tried to run, because you know he tried to like be the Republican nominee and then like failed.
Was
or
that
something.
2008 or 2012 though?
I don't. No, I'm saying it's before this point.
Is it before this point?
Yeah, because Tower Heist comes out in 2008, but before it became what Tower Heist was, it was about disgruntled employees of Donald Trump planning to rob Trump Tower, and then the studio were like, "Nah, we're not touching that. It's just about a tower."
Why do you reckon that was? Common knowledge would say that like Trump threatened to sue, but my guess is that Trump insisted on being in the film.
Yeah, and he wanted to be the hero.
Yeah. What if he had, instead of them robbing me, I saved the day. Then I had sex with Sandra Bullock, you know? Sandra Bullock is so attractive and... I'm done.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, speaking of that, do you know that story about... I can't remember what movie it was. Maybe like one of the Ocean's 11, where they had to film in one of his buildings.
Yeah.
And Matt Damon said that Trump insisted on, like, he'd only let you film there if he had a cameo. And then they let him have a cameo because they wanted to film in the building, and then just cut the cameo immediately because they were like, why would we put him in the film? But we want to film him.
That's what I do all the time.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, like, I'll use you in my film. Oh, sorry, man, like, the runtime was too long.
Other than that, Barano also did Hercules, like the one where...
The Rock throws a horse at somebody?
Yeah. The one where that's the only fact I know about it.
That's the only thing you need to know about it.
And he also directed a segment in movie 43. You've seen that movie?
Which skit is it? It's like the worst movie I've ever seen.
I don't know, but I'm assuming all the skits are bad.
Yeah, but like, which one did he direct?
Yeah, let me look it up.
Because there's the very last one is It Brought My Little Brother to Tears.
I think it's
For
Happy Birthday with Gerard Butler as Leprechaun 1 and Leprechaun 2, and also Johnny Knoxville
and Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
I was fucking thinking it would be that bullshit sketch.
Why? What was that?
It's pretty much they kidnap a leprechaun and like blackmail it for its they torture it for its pot of gold.
That sounds great.
It's terrible. Fuck you. Yeah, my brain is trying to like stop me from recalling that memory, but it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's not the worst skit in the film, but it's like bottom 3.
Yeah, there's one where like Hugh Jackman has balls on his face.
That's actually like higher up in the list.
Yeah?
It's like, that's maybe like one of the better sketches.
Because it answers the question, what if Hugh Jackman had balls on his face?
Balls on his neck.
That's kind of the face.
No?
Yeah,
Your neck is not your face.
The hills you choose to die on, man.
But like, this hill is the correct hill to die on.
Anyway, I hate to be that guy, but let's talk about X-Men Last Stand.
I'd rather talk Movie Boy 3, honestly. At least that's like entertainingly bad.
Well, I tell you what, like this is going to be a shit show. I'll tell you this already as an episode, fellow listeners, because I just got a bunch of production notes, and it's just this mishmash of reasons why this movie was not good.
Well, also, like, we should probably like clarify that usually we read the production notes after we talk about the episode. But here, I don't like. What do you have? Is there anything interesting we can say about the badness of this movie?
I think a lot of it works into the production, but for those who can't remember, there's a thing with a mutant cure, which is kind of based off a Joss Whedon X-Men comic called Gifted, and then they bring in the Dark Phoenix stuff.
Jean Grey is back and she's evil and she's powerful as hell.
And they kind of obviously like they botched that, but then they're doing those two plots at once, and it's pretty much an X-Men versus Brotherhood of Mutants again.
Yep.
And Magneto is there, but every single person is phoning it in, and then Cyclops is
dies
killed.
off screen.
Yeah, he dies, and then Bryan Singer isn't there anymore, and James Marsden leaves with him to go to Superman Returns, so he's dead, and then Patrick Stewart dies. The thing I'll note about Patrick Stewart dying is...
he got to be out of this bullshit movie.
Special effects supervisor John Bruno made sure to ask that the atomization made by Phoenix of Professor X was not too vivid and gruesome, instead resembling oatmeal.
Gee, no, don't turn me into oatmeal.
Yeah, so...
I'm a mutant, not a Quaker.
We all want to Photoshop Professor X onto the front of the Quaker Oats ring. So they're just making me think of the Logan line. Like, I'm not a box of avocados, Logan. Which is the best line of that.
Yeah. In a movie full of great line, that's the best one.
Yeah.
I'm not a box of oats, Gene. You shouldn't have me with berries and bananas, Gene. I'm a person.
Anyway. Simon Kinberg.
Yeah.
Director of Dark Phoenix later on. Mm-hmm. Someone who's heavily involved with the X-Men universe from like X-Men First Class onwards. Like he was very like, he's like producer, you know, he was a huge thing with that, and then he eventually became director in Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. He
came onto the series at this point technically.
Well, wasn't he like part co-writer in the first two?
No.
Okay, who am I thinking of? Because I know David Hayter is like writer for the first two.
X-Men is written by David Hayter with story by Tom DeSanto and Bryan Singer.
Maybe Bryan Singer I'm thinking of.
And then X-Men 2 had story by David Hayter, Zach Penn, Bryan Singer, and then screenplay by Michael Dougherty, Dan Harris, and David Hayter.
Fair enough. Okay.
But this...
As soon as David Hayter leaves that trilogy, it becomes garbage.
Yeah, and... Okay, so Simon Kinberg at this point is worth pointing out. He wrote Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Triple X2 The Next Level.
Ooh, that's a real like muck quality there from the Kinberg School of Excellence.
And then he did script revisions on Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Revisions?
Yeah.
He's what they brought in to make it better.
He cleaned that shit up, didn't he?
Come on, get in here. We're going to make this movie good.
And then he did X-Men Last Stand. And then he jumped from that to Jumper.
Of course he goddamn did.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other co-writer of this is Zach Penn, who, good credits first, is credited with the story. So it's always confusing me what story means in terms of like the screenwriting process, because that could mean anything from plotting out every detail and then not writing the dialogue to just having broad strokes. So who knows? But Zach Penn is credited with the story on Last Action Hero, X2, and Avengers.
Oh, nice.
You know, that's a good triple
threat. Pretty good, like hat trick.
Yeah, but he also wrote the screenplay for X-Men Last Stand.
Yeah, that's less of a credit than it is like a shame.
X-Men the official game, which I should note, like so many tangents already, but X-Men official game came out between X2 and X-Men 3 and was made to be canonical as the reason why Nightcrawler isn't in it, because
He dies?
no, I think he just like fucks off at the end. He's like, I'm gonna go back to Germany or something.
Motherfucker can teleport. What's he doing?
I don't know, he just left. But that game was
He's going back to his home planet.
that game is absolute garbage. The story is like the worst bit of it. You know?
Because Simon Kinberg wrote it.
No, Zach Penn.
Zach Penn wrote it.
Yeah. He also did the 2005 video game adaptation of Fantastic Four.
Which was an amazing game.
I've also played that.
Why?
Because I would play every single superhero game that came out.
Man.
My only breaking point was the Spider-Man 3 game. My only breaking point with that was when I was playing it, and I'd been playing it for like this whole like 5-hour session of just trying to collect everything, and then my Wii just broke.
The Wii was like, yeah, fuck it, fuck
Yeah,
this.
and it just broke and it didn't save any of my progress, and I was like, okay, I'm never
The
buying
Wii
it.
version is so much worse than the 360 version.
Probably, yeah.
The 360 version at least has that one like hilarious quick time event where you can face plant and a woman dies.
I think that the Wii one had that as well.
No, I would have remembered.
Did you play it?
I played the Wii version, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had the Wii version.
No, never mind. They had that level at least, but maybe just not that.
No, because I would have found a way to fuck
I like
that
the
up.
controls actually.
I didn't
I
care for
know.
them.
I thought it was actually people shouting it, but I thought the motion controls were alright.
It was the thing where you kind of like, you don't like, when you want to like whip out your web like that, and you have to go like that.
This is not a visual podcast.
Like, so if you can imagine like a set of hand chimes.
What's
You know what hand chimes are, right?
Handchimes?
Have you never seen a hand chime?
No.
It's like this instrument, right? Where like,
It looks like you're shaking maracas.
yeah, I guess that's also a good analogy, which is much more visual. But like you're shaking like a percussion instrument, and that's how you kind of bring a web out, and it's kind of fun, but it's nothing on obviously the PS2 version.
I've just googled it, I've never seen Handchimes.
I used to be in a hand chime band when I was in primary school.
A band
Yeah.
of Handchimes.
Yeah.
Only Handchimes.
Yeah.
Why not just have a band of triangle people?
But hand chimes have different pitches, so you actually play songs.
You can have different pitches of triangle.
Yeah, but they're not actually like, you don't have like a whole like scale. So like you'd all stand in a row and just be like, hey, we're gonna play like Ode to Joy, and everyone just takes a turn like hitting their thing.
You know what? That's really not interesting, but it's more interesting than
I'd rather
this
talk
movie.
about that than X3.
I'm not even finished with his credits anyway.
Oh god.
The Fantastic Four game, then The Incredible Hulk, which I stand by as being like the worst MCU movie.
Yeah, if Jack actually ranked it at the bottom, it was ranking the MCU podcast, a podcast you listen to instead of this one.
Yeah, and he also, leaving the best till last, wrote the Inspector Gadget movie.
As in like Matthew Broderick or Dawn French.
Dawn French?
Yeah, no, French Stewart, sorry. French Stewart, not Dawn French. I wish goddamn Dawn French.
How did I not know about that?
No, French Stewart.
No, the Matthew Broderick one that gave me nightmares when I was a kid. He wrote.
Yeah, give you nightmares as a fucking adult.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, that shit. Anyway, jumping on from that, that's just a little bit of thing to like colour, like you know, where this is going to go.
Hey Jack, you want to talk about Dawn French instead of talking about this movie?
Just talk about Dawn French's weight loss.
She's looking real good today. It's like, yeah, I'm sad her and Lenny Henning didn't work out.
I remember in Vicar of Dibley when she jumps in the puddle and then the puddle's really big, so she goes all the way in it.
I've never seen Vicar of Dibley, but
She jumps in the puddle at one point.
and she goes all the way into the puddle.
Yeah,
It's a really big puddle.
Yeah, she keeps going. Anyway,
Terry's chocolate orange. They're not Terry's, they're mine.
Yeah, was it like don't tap it, whack it?
Isn't that something else? That's like that weird like ice cream thingy where you had like the chocolate on top, and you go to McDonald's and you go like, yeah, like we're gonna tap through this chocolate to get to the ice cream.
That might have been like a Terry's chocolate orange McFlurry or something.
It wasn't McFlurry, but maybe you're right. Yeah.
Because there was a whole thing with it where like people get out like a rolling pin and like whack the chocolate orange. If people don't have chocolate oranges in their country or whatever, like,
Trust me, this is more interesting than what we're going to talk
it's
about.
a good chocolate.
It's an excellent chocolate.
Yeah, it's one of the
chocolate
best.
and orange is like an underrated blend, and I feel like
And
people need to
it's
know
like
this.
shaped like an orange. It's engraved to look like an orange. It comes
Yeah.
up in orange segments.
Yeah.
Dawn French is
she's shown to like really like them.
or at least finding it acceptable to be paid to look like she likes them.
Yeah.
I don't need to be paid to do that.
I could do that. Yeah. Dawn French isn't around. Well, she's around, but like she's probably not willing to do an advert for Terry's Chocolate Orange. But this guy is.
Maybe if she wants like to buy a new boat or something.
Do you know what would be really funny? Is if like at some point we get sponsored and we get like to like make ads for Terry's Chocolate Oranges.
I'd be down for that. I'd be like, yeah.
That 90s Spider-Man show brought to you by Terry's Chocolate Orange.
Unless we find out that they're like it's like slave chocolate or something.
Most chocolate is slave chocolate.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Guest toast Dawn French. Before this podcast started, for reference, Jack said to me, "We should try and make this not super long this time," and I feel like...
Well, no, it's fine, because we're not going to talk about the actual movie at any point. Right. I will get back. This movie cost $210 million. And it was the most expensive film ever made at the time of release.
Oh, God. How much did it make?
It actually did alright. Out of all the X-Men movies, like if we're talking like domestic, it is third after Deadpool.
Oh shit!
Which like made like way more money than any of the X-Men movies.
And
then it was sixth worldwide.
Fuck.
Because apparently, like internationally, like people liked X-Men Apocalypse. You know,
weirdly I guess enough. Egypt.
What do you think Egypt were like into that?
Egyptian rapping, you know. It's like how in Borat, like most of the gross came from Kazakhstan.
Is that true?
No.
I was about to say that's a horrible fact if it is
true.
That country hates themselves if they're enjoying that.
Yeah, maybe they've got like a horrible, like self-deprecating sense of humor.
I don't know, but if you saw like a movie where like London gets like decimated, like would you be like, oh yeah, I'm more likely to see that?
I mean, like, we do have that movie. It's literally called London Has Fallen.
Yeah, but did you see that because the word London was in it?
I didn't see it, but I wanted to because I heard Gerard Butler was in it. I also heard that was the worst movie of 2016, which might have been the same year that Batman vs Superman came out.
But 10 years prior to that, X-Men The Last Stand came out.
God damn it, why don't you let me segue away from this bullshit?
Right. Not only did Bryan Singer leave to go make Superman Returns, but two of the writers from that, who presumably not David Hayter, but two of the writers who are on the X-Men series went with him.
David Hayter probably went to do Guns of the Patriots, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but it's like, he doesn't like write shit though.
Yeah.
And he just turns up in his pajamas and goes like,
I'm
Otacon!
Otacon! Help me with this bullshit podcast about X-Men 3: The Last Stand!
But anyway, Singer had apparently not really defined the storyline for the third film when he left.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But he'd like made a treatment, and the story treatment had Jean Grey coming back, and this is already better, Emma Frost is brought in as a key villain. Who's going to be played by Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, hell yeah.
That would have been great, right?
Yeah.
She would have been manipulating Jean's emotions now that she's back because Emma Frost has like telekinetic powers and shit.
Yeah.
Not telekinetic, telepathic.
Is she the same one who's played with Jeremy Jones in First Class?
Yeah. So she can turn like diamond skin and that, and then she also has telepathic powers. Yeah, so she was going to be manipulating Jean, have her do stuff to help the Brotherhood. Instead, it's like Magneto just being like, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. I'm mutant in here, man.
I'll be your friend.
God.
Also, Jean would have killed herself after being overwhelmed by her powers. Her spirit would survive and she would turn into a godlike being, which is apparently meant to be this whole riff on the Star Child in 2001.
The Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like a movie which is 100 times better than this one.
Yeah.
Also, isn't it a travesty that Sigourney Weaver, living legend, the only Marvel product she's been in so far in our lifetime was The Defenders?
Yeah.
As evil woman.
Yeah.
As nasty woman.
Did you ever watch Defenders?
I actually did.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you watch Iron Fist?
Fuck that shit.
Iron Fist is the most my soul has ever been tested.
We've watched a lot of bullshit, so...
Like,
I think I lost my soul, like, weeks ago, if not months ago.
Yeah, but last year, I think I hit this point when I didn't really want to watch the Joker movie, because I didn't think it looked like something I wanted to watch, really.
Yeah?
And I had this amazing revelation where I was like, I don't have to see it. I don't have to see every superhero thing, and it was like this really freeing moment.
Took you like 24 years too long.
Yeah, but like Iron Fist was in the era when I had to watch everything, you know, and Joker's a bad example because that's DC, but I guess the first Marvel thing I didn't see when it came out in cinemas was Dark Phoenix. Actually, no, Apocalypse. And everything else I'd seen in the cinema, including all the X-Men movies and stuff. But Iron Fist, I was like, there was still an era of like, I have to watch everything.
Back when we thought the Marvel Netflix series were all good.
Yeah, and...
It was like hot on the tail of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it is so bad, and it gets so much worse, and it's just absolutely like punch you in the gut, painful to get through.
Like, it reminds me of like the first season of Arrow, which in itself was like a rip-off of like the Batman kind of idea.
Yeah,
I watched like the first like episode.
I know he does that in the comics, right?
Yeah.
Like Green Arrow, he has that origin in the comics.
Yeah, of pretty much the same origin as Iron Fist, like exchanging one like vague East Asian culture for another.
Well, the thing with like Iron Fist is that, for one thing, they should have done Heroes for Hire and had Iron Fist and Luke Cage together because they're best together. But also, or just have him as a supporting character in the Luke Cage show. I haven't read like a lot of Iron Fist comics, but he's cool because he does the martial arts, but he's a superhero, but he's a millionaire, and he's all into spiritualism and kung fu and shit, and he has a fucking magic fist.
Like, you shouldn't be able to fuck that up.
Yeah. He uses the fist. Well, he uses it like to like do stuff like open doors.
So what his regular hand can do.
No, it's like lock doors.
So what his regular hand can do with a key.
Yeah, or what like a foot could do if he was a bit stronger. But he does that a lot, and then like at one point in the whole show he does a proper Iron Fist thing.
Does he attack a person with it, or is it like a really thick door?
He like hits the floor to do a shockwave, and it like knocks the bad guy over. And the bad guy, I think at that point, is like, he's not like a martial arts guy, he's like a 50-year-old man with a gun. And he like trips over because of this Iron Fist thing.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at least Sigourney Weaver wasn't in that.
Yeah. She also wasn't in X-Men The Last Stand, the movie women
eventually we have to talk about.
There's a million directors and writers that almost worked on this that would have made a better film.
Okay, hit me.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, better film.
Turned down the movie because he was working on a Wonder Woman movie, which ended up not happening, obviously.
Yeah, I'm actually glad he didn't make a Wonder Woman movie.
Although, he should have fucking made an X-Men movie. Because obviously this is a timeline where he wouldn't have made Avengers. But, I mean, he wrote X-Men comics. He's good with big ensembles.
It's kind of made for him.
Yeah, and also kind of a bummer that he jumped on the Wonder Woman thing when that should have been a female director anyway.
Yeah.
And, like...
We could talk about Joss Whedon. In fact, we should talk about Joss Whedon and, like, his, like...
I don't want to talk about Joss Whedon.
Do you want to talk about The Last Stand?
Yeah, I'd rather talk about that than Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon is not something that's fun to talk about anymore on the internet.
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He was going to do it, but he turned it down because he was working on The Fountain, which also has Hugh Jackman in it.
Is that the really good one or the really bad one?
I think it got bad reviews, but I thought it was good.
Did Sean Penn win an Oscar for it? Is that the movie I'm thinking of?
No, I don't know. Are you thinking of The Tree of Life?
Possibly?
I don't know if he won an Oscar for that, because Sean Penn was like in that movie for like 4 minutes.
He's won an Oscar for something, I don't know what it was.
He won an Oscar for Milk.
Was it Milk? Maybe I'm thinking of Milk.
No, The Fountain...
Is that not a Fountain of Milk?
The Fountain is a movie about like trying to defeat the concept of death through...
Milk?
No. Do you think Milk is about milk?
It's about Harvey Milk.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
God damn. Anyway, he was making The Fountain. Zack Snyder was approached, but turned it down because he was committed to the 300.
Again, like, I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, it's way more his speed, right?
It's way more like weirdly homoerotic and kind of white supremacy.
Yeah, I guess he should be adapting like fascist shit.
And completely misunderstanding the point.
Yeah, like Frank Miller, like modern day Frank Miller and Zack Snyder is a good pairing.
Oh yeah.
And I won't go into that anymore.
We'll define good pairing.
Then,
what are we trying to achieve here?
Then he probably like in 2005, like only a few months before they were meant to start shooting, because this movie comes out in 2006. Matthew Vaughn was brought on, who obviously went on to make First Class, so he came back to the series. But he came on, before he left, he brought on Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Oh, of course it was him who had the only good thing in this bullshit movie.
Also, best thing about this, Kelsey Grammer was so keen to play Beast that he agreed to do an audition, and it was the first time he'd done an audition for anything in 20 years.
That's amazing.
Like, he just wanted to play Beast that much.
And you can tell he's fucking having a ball playing.
Yeah, he should have had more to do. Like, if there's anything from this movie that you would want to see more of going forward, it would be Beast, I think. He does the intellectual shit, and then he does the, but I'm a beast man shit. And he does all these, like, ludicrous flips that are kind of funny, but also great.
Because you can't imagine Kelsey Grammer doing that kind of shit.
And it's great. That's what Beast is. He's like, I don't want to fight. I want to read a book.
I'm a scholar. I'm a big blue furry scholar.
Matthew Vaughn also brought on Vinnie Jones as Juggernaut.
Okay, that's negated.
I think Vinnie Jones is a good choice. It's just that
he said nobody ever.
No, he but it's Juggernaut. I mean, I like Juggernaut as a villain, but he's like a very physical villain. People don't like, well, I might be wrong on this, but people don't really like Juggernaut because they're like, he's a really complex character or anything. He's a big smashy guy. He's got cool powers.
He just kind of runs into shit.
Yeah, but the problem is he looks like garbage and he has garbage lines and...
He's played by Vinnie Jones, who is a garbage person.
I'm not going to argue with that necessarily, but I think he's fine. He's fine. You bring on like some like tough British dude to play Juggernaut, that's fine.
But there's so many tough British dudes. Jason Statham could have nailed that. Jason Statham would be able to like take those bullshit lines and make them fun on a way.
Yeah, but that's only because he has a lot of practice in like garbage.
But that's why he's so qualified for the role.
No, but I'm picturing a version of this movie where Juggernaut is good, not one where he's, you know, wearing a fucking frying pan on his head and saying I'm the Juggernaut bitch because there was a meme about that.
Jason Statham couldn't save that line.
Yeah. Actually, maybe he could. I don't know.
Now I've said it, I kind of think that he could.
Vaughn also, one of the only things that carried over into the actual movie that he added to the script apparently was the bit of Angel where he's a kid and he's like cutting his wings off in a bathroom.
Also, like a pretty good scene.
It was actually a really kind of fucked up bit.
Maybe the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, and a very good setting thing to show how mutants can hate themselves and want to change and why the idea of a cure would be something that people would want. And it's a really good way to start, in the same way that you start off like the first X-Men movie with Rogue putting a dude into a coma with her mouth.
That's some good hair.
I made that scene sound terrible, but...
Yeah. It sounds like a really like bad title on like a porn site, like, girl puts boy into coma with her mouth. You won't last 5 seconds watching this. Speaking of things you won't last 5 seconds watching...
Those ads crack me up.
That's so great.
They're just the ones, especially the ones that are like, your girlfriend would be so mad at you for playing this. It's stuff like that.
Your
like,
girlfriend probably is mad at you for watching this movie.
I mean, I don't think any girlfriend would be mad at like someone for like playing a porn game or something, but they'd be like, What are you doing? They wouldn't be like, oh my god, this again. You're playing the anime titty game.
So like whenever he plays this, he's just like spent completely. There's nothing left. It's driving our relationship apart.
Oh, I wish I could make him last 5 seconds. But the only director who lasted more than 5 seconds on this project was Brett Ratner, who was brought in. He was brought in like a month before they started filming.
And this is kind of a dark joke, but his several girlfriends are probably upset that he's in this movie.
Oh no, this seriously like. Oh, I'm actually going to go into that because there was this whole thing of like, oh no, Bryan Singer left. Now this movie's bad, but like, I don't know if Bryan Singer was the reason necessarily that the first 2 X-Men movies were good. Mm-hmm. I think he did some good work on them. But obviously, it's not really a downside to be like, oh no, this guy didn't work on another project because, you know,
he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. But Brett Ratner is definitely a piece of shit as well.
It's just like a piece of shit of us.
I remember like 2 or 3 years back, the sexual assault allegations came out against him. But I read about it when it first happened. I didn't realise that more and more stuff had come out Also, Ellen Page, who plays Kitty Pryde in this movie,
It was also not bad.
Yeah, I was going to say she's like pretty much the highlight alongside Kelsey Grammer. She hated the process of making this film because of Brett Ratner's incessant homophobic bullying on set.
Because Ellen Page is obviously gay.
Yeah, and Anna Paquin corroborated that, she saw this behavior as well. So that was happening on this set as well.
Jesus.
Yeah, so there's obviously that. And beyond that, he's just like a hack.
He's just not a very good director, as we've very much seen.
To add more to why this is all just
He's not fit to direct an advert for Terry's Chocolate Orange starring Dawn French.
Oh shit, Spielberg isn't fit for that.
No.
Bring the best of the best for that shit.
Yeah. David Lynch could probably do a good job. He could have this giant chocolate orange.
The camera zooms into that little hole at the top of the chocolate orange and just bugs inside.
Yeah. And then it kind of zooms out and Dawn French is now the chocolate orange and the chocolate orange is now Dawn French. And it's just taking apart Dawn French and eating her.
Ugh. Ratner began post-production the same day they started filming because they had...
Is this X-Men or the advert with Dawn French?
No, not the imaginary advert that you made up just now. Yeah, so basically they had to start post-production as soon as they started production because they had so little time to do it at this point because they'd only just brought him on.
Oh, fuck.
And then there was this whole thing where, the Golden Gate Bridge sequence, the big thing from the trailer...
also garbage.
Yeah. It's not that impressive, even though apparently...
It's not even, helpful.
It was a sixth of the budget went on that scene.
For reference, folks, you've seen the trailer, you know what's happening, but Magneto effectively, takes the Golden Gate Bridge and then just levers it over to an island.
Yeah.
And it's motherfucker, if you had a boat,
yeah.
Just take a boat. What are you doing?
Also, in the previous movie, we saw him take the iron in someone's blood and turn it into discs that could carry him.
Yeah.
But apparently, he has to move a whole bridge. And it's just a big thing to be impressive, but also...
It's just fucking mutant dick measuring.
But apparently that was actually going to happen in the middle of the film, because he was going to do that to break into a prison on the island to free a load of mutants. And that's just a thing he does in the mid part of the movie. But Brett Ratner said that they should move it to the end because he's this is the big set piece. It has to be at the end. The quote is, "This scene would be the biggest sequence of my entire career."
Oh, it's definitely a dick measuring contest for him. He was look, my scene is so big.
Yeah.
You want to handle my scene. You won't last 5 minutes with this bridge inside you.
Yeah. Ooh, fucking cutting you on that.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Brett Ratner's gross.
Yeah, but he's not wrong. It is the biggest sequence of his entire career, but it's also just a nothing scene. Also, Alan Cumming, as we mentioned earlier, Nightcrawler isn't back. He didn't do it, and it wasn't because he didn't want to do it or anything, but because...
the X-Men game brought him out of the movie.
No, that was written to
that'd be such a funny way to get fired from a movie. We brought you out on a different game.
Yeah, but no, he got written out just because... apparently the script just had almost nothing for him to do, and then the studio were why are we spending all this time putting this guy in makeup for him to say a line? And instead of just making him more of the team because he was super popular in the last movie, they just axed him entirely and didn't explain it apart from in the game.
3 times his wage went to the Golden Gate Bridge scene. Apparently
the writers had to fight to keep the Phoenix storyline.
The writers had one donut they had to fight for to survive. Became battle royale.
I gotta get through this shit at some point. Help me, man. Help me. They had to fight to keep the Phoenix storyline in the movie at all because the studio wanted it to be primarily the Cure storyline because they wanted a reason to have Magneto around. And you can tell that in the movie because the Gene stuff is sidelined so much. The Cure stuff is brought forward, but there's not much of it there. It's a subplot that has become the whole plot.
Yeah.
And then Magneto is fucking doing nothing. And his motivations don't make sense. You don't know why he's in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he's in the movie because he's Magneto, because people like Magneto.
Yeah.
But he has fuck all to do.
It's the same situation in X2, but they thought let's put him in the side and let's have him make bitchy comments.
Yeah, and also
that's how Magneto should be used.
Yeah, and he gets his cool breakout sequence. He's tempting Pyro over. He's being a sassy bitch.
Yeah.
And then he's doing the last minute villainous turn.
Yeah.
He gets his stuff in it. He's not in it loads, but it's all cool.
Yeah. It's not the perfect analogy, but he's a bit like Claw in Avengers Age of Ultron, where you're this guy's a piece of shit, but I'm enjoying him hamming it up and being an asshole.
Or even like Claw in Black Panther.
Yeah.
He's not like the main antagonist, but he's just there.
He's just there and he just dies hilariously.
I never thought that was hilarious.
I did, because I'm like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's dead. I'm glad he died that pathetically.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, apparently the reason that they made Phoenix in this movie a lot different to the comics, because for those who don't know, like in the comics, Dark Phoenix storyline was this very, very long thing about Jean Grey dies, comes back to life, she's more powerful, but then she's slowly like twisted and brought to the dark side by various different forces over time, and it's this, you know, this slow descent to her becoming a villain.
It's well written and,
and she's
compelling.
Yeah, and then she, you know, dies again. In this, though, apparently Zach Penn said that the reason that Phoenix wasn't the same as she was in the comics, which involves her becoming like a firebird shaped like cosmic force at one point. And it wasn't that because it doesn't fit into the world, was the answer.
Huh.
It doesn't fit into the world, but it's a new thing. That's like the story is like X-Men, and then a thing happens to X-Men. Something comes into their world and it...
Yeah. It's almost like you're like, people who want Dark Phoenix are kind of living in like a fantasy world or something.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, this is even better. Cyclops was said to have less screen time because Wolverine was more popular, and because, and this is a quote, with Cyclops, you can't see his eyes. It's a harder character to relate to.
Ugh. I got one joke. I got two jokes. First of all, I can't believe not only has he been cucked in movie, but he's been cucked out of the movie as well.
Yeah.
As well as that, like, actually, an joke. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you're gonna relate to anybody, like in a cast full of characters covered in blue fur with claws sticking out of their hands, I guess like the guy with whose eyes you can't see is the weirdest one. Even though he's wearing sunglasses, which we've all got.
Do you think like at some point someone in this production went, can we just take the glasses off?
Yeah,
can we? Which they did do actually, because Jean took him off and got a shot of his eyes, and then she like killed him. I guess
he just died off screen.
Maybe she just turned him into a pair of glasses for Wolverine to find, and then we spent our whole movie because like everyone kept forgetting that Cyclops died.
Yeah, like. Literally, no one brings it up. No one's like, "Where's Cyclops?"
Yeah.
Through this entire goddamn film.
I think there's like a couple of bits now and then where like Wolverine's like, "Is Cyclops dead?" Like, and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess." But let's go over here.
Yeah, but like Jean's back, but no one sees Cyclops for like 3 days, and no one gives a shit.
Speaking of killing Cyclops, apparently they knew he wasn't going to be in the movie much because of the availability of James Marsden. But it wasn't a case where
he had like one eye on Superman Returns.
Yeah,
because he's a Cyclops and he's got one eye.
Sure. Apparently the decision was made by Fox, though, not only because of his availability, but they just didn't really like the character that much, and they actually asked for him to be killed off screen with just a dialogue reference and not even have that scene of him seeing Jean again.
And somehow they failed on that one like tiny camp.
The writers basically insisted that Jean be the one who kills him and like have them have a scene together before they died. So before he was going to get killed, but it wouldn't have even been Jean. It
would just be like, Cyclops, he died in the toilet.
Yeah.
he did an Elvis, and now he's just like passed out in the
Cyclops fell down a manhole.
A piano fell on him.
Yeah.
He was trying to catch a road runner and got blown by dynamite.
Yeah.
Just had a heart attack. Anyway, I'm actually sad he didn't get to die off screen, because that would have been way funnier.
I think I'm actually done with my production notes.
I guess talk about the movie now.
What happens in the movie?
So, Jean Grey comes back. She becomes black.
She becomes black.
I wish that would have been something.
Then they could have called it like X-Men.
Dark Phoenix.
Why'd you go first? That's so much better than mine. I was going to say X-Men Black in Action. Nothing happens in this movie.
This movie is a 2.5-hour waste of time.
Ben Foster's in it as Angel. I like it. He's a good actor. He doesn't do anything in this movie.
He's got one scene which is good, and it's not even him playing the character in that scene.
Yeah. Wolverine reenacts the ending of Game of Thrones.
Way before its time, and somehow it manages to outdo Game of Thrones. Even with, 11 years to, outdo the ending of X-Men Last Stand, Game of Thrones takes a big swing, and it's a big miss.
What
At
else?
least there's no, giant dragon at the end of X-Men to, burn Charles Xavier's mansion or some form of
burn his
shit.
wheelchair.
Yeah.
And you see the X melt. Oh shit, I just realised. I spent the whole last of the X-Men 2 podcast saying that they should kill Professor X, and then they kill him.
Yeah.
It's like a monkey paw wish. It's like they killed him, but...
Just like a claw like Titans.
Yeah. And then there's a bit I read online where, where Juggernaut, attacks them when they're at, Jean's house?
Oh, yeah.
There's a bit... Yeah, he basically... Apparently, Magneto says in that scene, he says to Juggernaut, keep them out of Jean's house.
And he just runs into Jean's house?
Yeah, and then he throws Wolverine into the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
You have one job, Juggernaut.
But I don't know if that was meant to be a joke or not.
I feel like it must have...
It sounds like a joke, but it didn't play like one.
Yeah, because he's generally trying to keep them out of the house apart from that.
I will say having Kitty Pryde versus Juggernaut is a good idea. The guy who can't be stopped and the person who can go through walls.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Shot like shit, though.
It was almost a good scene.
And then has I'm the Juggernaut bitch. Also, the whole thing of him, the gag of him, his power's gone, he just, hits his head on the floor and gets knocked out. That's funny if he is, the Juggernaut in the comics, someone who is unstoppable.
Yeah.
But he's like a guy.
It's not really explained properly what his powers are.
Do you know what his powers are meant to be in the comics?
He's effectively once he starts running, you can't stop him from running.
Yeah, and he's basically indestructible.
Yeah.
I will say there's a fucking amazing series of comics. I can't remember when it was, maybe the 80s, but it's Spider-Man comics.
Oh, I think I've heard about this one where he fights a Juggernaut, but he can't be killed, so Spider-Man's what the fuck do I do?
It's one of those things where Spider-Man is just so out of his league, but he has no help, and he just keeps going, even though there's there's a million reasons why he shouldn't.
He should just give up.
But he's just trying to save the life of one person.
Yeah.
And he just won't give up to the point that he eventually stops the Juggernaut, kind of.
Oh, I know how he does it. Is it he puts him in cement?
Yeah, he tricks him into getting into cement, and then he gets buried in cement. But Juggernaut doesn't have to breathe.
Yeah.
So
He's just there.
he just very slowly breaks his way out and crashes through the rock underground over a year or something.
Okay.
Because he can just do fucking whatever. But anyway,
Well, the fuck he
Juggernaut's
wants,
great.
apparently.
But
Also,
he's
how does
such
Spider-Man
a-
trick him into going into cement? That's a really big thing to be able to just trick someone into doing.
Well, Juggernaut's stupid.
Yeah, but not that stupid, surely.
I don't know. He's pretty stupid.
Okay.
Well, why are you defending Juggernaut's intelligence?
I feel I don't know.
I think you could trick Vinnie Jones into walking into cement.
I think that's how they got him for this movie. Alright, we're the hot, but oh no, not again. I'll get you for this, Ratner. Ugh, God.
Do you think he heard Brett Ratner and he misheard and thought he said Guy Ritchie?
Yeah.
Oh, this movie does two major things to change the X-Men franchise. It's meant to be kind of. I do think they were putting it as this is the end.
Yeah. Also, a better movie than this one.
Yeah, they do two major things, which is remove Magneto's powers. Mm-hmm. That's a huge deal, and killing Professor X. And they walk back both of those things in the same movie. Magneto just gets his powers back.
Yeah. At least Charles is explained. It's explained stupidly.
Yeah. He makes an offhand comment near the start about what if you put your brain into someone who is in a coma, who's brain dead. Would that be moral? And then at the end he's
I guess not.
Also, canonically, going into the future, Days of Future Past, right? Patrick Stewart is Patrick Stewart, right? Mm-hmm. So did he by sheer mental will make this guy's face turn into his face? Because he presumably he doesn't go into a clone body. He doesn't turn into Tom Hardy in Star Trek Nemesis.
Oh, I've not seen that movie, and I will not see that movie. But I guess like if you're going from like pre-Last Stand to Days of Future Past, like
I think Days of Future Past is like the future stuff is meant to be the future of X-Men 3.
Yeah.
And then they rewrite it so they can get rid of some X-Men 3 stuff.
Okay. But, like, at that point, like, Wolverine's technically talking to Professor X's twin, right? That's, like, the post-credit scene that we waited in line for. And instead, like, I'm trying to, like, picture it in my mind.
Are you trying to figure out the continuity of this series?
Yeah.
Because we're at the point, this movie is dumb, but it kind of makes sense.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
It's
not actively like nonsensical.
Yeah, and then like this fucks things up so bad that we end up going into first class where they're like, let's find a way to reboot this, and then Bryan Singer goes, wait a minute, I'm coming back. Let's all make this one canon. Let's do time travel, and then Apocalypse.
It's like shitting your pants versus shitting the bed.
Yeah,
and then like Apocalypse is like shitting the bed where someone else is in the bed, and they're also shitting the bed.
I'm kind of lost in that analogy, but
well, that's also another tagline for the X-Men: The Last Stand. Is I'm lost in this.
I don't have anything to say about this movie.
Storm is terrible in this movie.
Yeah,
he didn't bring up.
She was. This is right. She was fine in the other ones. She's terrible in this.
She's like not great in the first one.
She kills a person at the end.
Yeah,
she fucking electrifies the shit out of them. Wolverine sucks in this movie as well.
Wolverine is like...
He's boring as hell. Like, he's still good in the first two.
Yeah. But he's like a horny puppy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
There's also the Danger Room thing. Right,
which could have been fun.
I remember it was kind of cool, but also it's like, hey, guys, here's a hint of something that we should have probably brought in like the second movie, if not this movie, because... You know, it's a cool comic book thing, but we don't want to spend money on a big robot.
Yeah, it's like something they used to pad the runtime, but they didn't need to pad the runtime at all.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole point of the movie is... The point of the scene is to go, like, oh yeah, the X-Men will work together at some point. That's the whole point of the scene in the movie.
But there's no... Is there any point where, like, they're not... Like Wolverine goes off on his own at one point. Didn't he... Doesn't he goes to stop Magneto, and then Magneto like throws him back to the X Mansion. He just goes, "Oh, sorry guys, I'm back."
I guess.
Rogue fucking has the thing of like, should she take the cure? And then she's like, yeah, and then disappears from the movie.
Yeah. Well, I'll see it. Goodbye, movie. I'm gonna shoot some scenes with True Blood, which might be too early actually, but like it's a joke and I have nothing left.
Is there any other character? Colossus is in this movie.
Oh, briefly.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's like super American.
Oh yeah.
Is his power like he can't wear shirts because he's constantly topless in this movie?
Yeah. There's a bunch of other like rogue. They really got like bottom of the barrel with the mutants here, which is really weird.
It's like Tesco value like X-Men. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they had a guy called like Fat, who's like a guy who can like become really fat.
So he's like the Blob. But, like, they couldn't get the rights for the Blob.
Yeah, like, they couldn't get the Blob.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
The Blob
I actually read about this. There was a couple of things, because X-Men Origins Wolverine comes out after this.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a couple of people they wanted to use for that movie that they were like, oh, you can't use that because he's going to be in Origins. So they couldn't use the Blob because of him being in X-Men Origins. Same thing, Gambit was going to be in this movie at one point. I think they were going to do, like, a love triangle with Rogue and Iceman or something.
Well, that's creepy as hell. Oh my god.
Why?
Because, like, Rogue is still, like, she's at best 18.
Well, I mean...
And Gambit, like, I imagine just Taylor Kitsch hitting on this teenage girl.
Well, presumably it wouldn't be Taylor Kitsch. So I don't know how old Taylor Kitsch is.
He's definitely not old, not young enough to be dating a teenage girl.
But it's a while ago. He's old now. This was, like, before, like, John Carter reached him 200 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Back in my hometown, we got something called Mardi Gras. I got these here beads. If you want to show me them titties yours.
Oh, he'd 100% be selling beads.
Really. Yeah.
How long have we been talking?
Do you want to know?
What?
Do you generally want to know?
I have to know.
1 hour and 5.
That's not too bad. I thought you were going to say like an hour and 45 or something.
There's still plenty of time for us to be talking for another 40 minutes.
Really? You've got more to say?
I'll find something. I never have...
No, it's got to be about X-Men Last Stand.
Then let's just end this podcast right now. Do you remember, like, there's one, like, Halle Berry kind of tidbit with the production where, like, either she gets kicked off or, like, she's like, I don't want to be in this movie, and they bring her back and she just clearly does not want to be there.
Yeah.
And that's all I had.
I think you brought that last time, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was bringing up in reference to this movie. Or maybe I mistook this movie for the last movie, which is a mistake I will never make again.
I'm going to do something unusual here.
Yeah?
I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to get up and leave because I'm done.
What, like, one thing we could do is make this kind of a podcast. Okay,
so we've got to rate it, haven't we?
We got to rate it. That too, actually. But what I was going to ask is, what one change could make this movie better?
The only one change I can think that would have had a positive impact would have been not killing Cyclops.
I was actually going to say something similar. Like, Cyclops dying off screen is not the worst part of this movie, but it's, like, the most nothing part of this movie. And it's like, why?
It's a very, like...
It's like a Poochie.
It's the most clear, like, emotional through line to, like, make this movie about, and they just
don't do it.
And it makes it the Wolverine show, and then you follow this up with a Wolverine movie, and then they, like, bring Wolverine back in everything else, and it's just the start of this, just, like, this franchise becomes, like, really repetitive.
Yeah. Because I feel like before having, like, embarked upon this journey of, like, X-Men movies, that, like, I remembered it being the Wolverine show, and having watched the first two, I was like, I'm not sure why people say this. And then this movie came along, and I was like, I get why people are sick of Wolverine, because I'm already sick of this motherfucker 8 minutes into this movie.
I'm sick of this podcast. I'm quitting.
You're quitting. So it's just going to be me talking about X-Men The Last Stand until, like...
Okay, what's your rating of X-Men The Last Stand?
I would say... If I can compare it to the last garbage threequel we did, Blade Trinity, it's worse than Blade Trinity by a long way.
Yeah.
I'd probably say a 2. It's bordering on unwatchable.
I'm going to give it a 2 as well. And
like, we're talking like a ranking of, like, the 3 X-Men movies.
Fucking ranking, I'm not leaving.
So, as Jack walks off into the distance... Alright, yeah, that's been that 90s Spider-Man show talking about X3. Jack has literally left the room. But, yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. Like, we certainly was there. But, yeah, thanks again for paying money for our Patreon feed. We hope you are not regretting your decision. And if you do, then no refunds. Next time on the Patreon feed, we're talking about a movie which is not X3, and therefore will be much more fun. But in the meantime, that's been that 90s Spider-Man show. That's been X3. And that's been a lot of oats, because I'm Patrick Stewart, and this movie is bullshit. Jack is going to say bye, but he's not here. Bye, everybody! Jack is not coming the frog. Okay, I'm done.